workshop I've done a few times. I'm usually based in Dubai, but I've been out here in Bali for 2 months, and I'm thinking about extending my trip even longer because this place has magical powers. It really does. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. So, yeah.
So basically,
Before we
start their presentation, we usually like presenting the speakers first.
Oh, you guys are. I was just gave myself a self-introduction. Okay.
It's okay, you already your introduction. But
Yeah.
Sammy, introduce yourself, and I also just wanted to give you a recap of our upcoming events this week. Later today at 3, we'll be having a Skillshare on how to earn crypto as a content writer. And tomorrow, if you have time and you'd like to meet other members, if you're new here, this is a great opportunity to do so. We're having a Ubud members lunch out at one of our members' resorts. And so if you'd like to join us from 12:30. So thank you. So I'll pass it on to Sammy.
Okay.
Please give her.
Thanks, guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started then. So 3 things we're going to look at today. First is to reflect, like a self-study as to where you fit into all the different areas of your life through what I call the wheel of life. Then we're going to create, to plan through something that I do called the results planning method. This just gets you really clear on your purpose and why you have some of the goals that you'll create. And then lastly is to prioritize. So looking at what's really important for you and what motivates you, what gets you up in the morning. So wheel of life, that's the first sheet of paper in front of everyone right now. Just want to take you through this so we can go through it together. The first section here is finances. So you want to rate your level of satisfaction from 1 to 10, 1 being the least satisfied and 10 being the most satisfied. So let's do this together. So with finances, how comfortable are you with your finances right now? Are you saving enough money for the future? Would you say that you're putting enough money for your business? Do you feel comfortable in your finances? So go ahead and rate that on a level of 1 to 10. Do you have a pen? Oh, perfect. Awesome. Great. And after you've done that, let's look at personal growth. So personal growth meaning, are you growing yourself? Are you developing yourself in the speed that you'd like? Are you maybe wanting to take extra classes, like an e-course, maybe learn a new language? Whatever personal growth means to you, how satisfied are you on a scale of 1 to 10 in your personal growth? Then coming to health. Health meaning, are you nourishing your body with good foods? Are you physically active? Are you satisfied with your level of health currently? Go ahead and rate yourself 1 to 10. And then in family, so, when you're communicating with your family, are you fully present? Are you showing up? Are you satisfied with the amount of support and communication and presence that you do have with your family here? And if your family is far away, how often do you speak with them? How satisfied do you feel with your relationship with your family? And then relationships. So relationships meaning your significant other. So if you're single, are you satisfied being single? You can go ahead and rate that. But if you're in a relationship, are you meeting your partner's needs? Are they meeting your needs? How are they serving you? Are you growing together? Where do you fit on a scale of 1 to 10 in relationships? Hi, how are you? Hi, come on in. Okay. And then we have social life. Oh, he's a friend of mine. Yeah. So in social life, do you have good work-life balance? Do you have supportive friends? Where would you rate yourself on a level of 1 to 10 when it comes to your social life? So attitude. Attitude on average, would you say that you're stressed out, or are you excited about life? Attitude is really on average as to, are you constantly in your thoughts? Are you fully present? Where would you place yourself on a level of 1 to 10 with your attitude? So again, 1 being the least satisfied and 10 being the most satisfied for those of you that just came in. And then career. So career or your business. Are you investing enough time in your career? Do you see yourself growing? Can you see yourself doing the same thing in the next 10 years? These are just some thought-provoking questions to ask so that you can really be able to measure your level of satisfaction. Also in your career, are you excited to go to work in the morning? Are you excited to come to Hubud and be in the co-working space? Are you excited to get to work? So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and connect your wheel. And once you've done that, just let me know. So, how many of us have 2 or more areas at a 5 or below? Okay. Yes, this is a safe space. Yeah. Okay. What about 3 or more areas? Okay. Okay. It's okay. It's room for improvement. So, let's then look at the Wheel of Life inventory. So let's take an inventory on our wheel. Yeah, first you want to ask yourself, how balanced is it? So what ends up happening, because this is something I do with my clients too, is we assess where they are in the areas of their life. It's meant to be a tire, right? We should feel satisfied in all the areas of our life. But what happens is it kind of looks like a spider web. When I'm looking around, I'm seeing a lot of spider webs there. So if we were to put your wheel that you've just drawn out on a scooter and to drive it, what would happen? Right. Probably end up in a ditch, yeah. Right, so now what I want you guys to look at is, well, first of all, were any of the areas that you had listed out, were any of those a surprise? No. Not really. Okay. Well, what we'll do is, so I want you to look at your wheel and pick the top 3 areas that are the most important for you. So these may not be the ones that you would rated to be the least satisfied, but the areas that you really want to improve and grow. So go ahead and circle those areas right now. So for me, I have social life, relationship, and health. Actually, it's business now. Great. Okay. And then before we move on, I just want you to jot down what you think is stopping you from feeling like a 10 in these areas. Just 2 or 3 things that you feel are holding you back, that are getting in your way.
In 3 areas?
Mm-hmm. And this will help create the structure for the goals. give everyone about 2 more minutes. Okay, so let's move on and we can come back to that. So the second section then, we've just reflected as to how satisfied we are in all the different areas of our life. Now it's to plan. So using those 3 key areas that you'd like to improve, we're gonna go to the next worksheet that we have in looking at what are some of the massive, as in what some of the map, what I call the massive action plan that you can take to create what you want. So the RPM stands for results. So this is a different way of goal setting that I use, where you're looking at what's the outcome of the goal that I have. What do I want to create? So I'll give you an example here. So for health, I want to, my SMART goal is, the result that I want is I want to lose 2 kilos. Why? The purpose is, why is this important to me? How is this going to affect my life? What's the emotional juice behind losing 2 kilos? Well, I'm going to feel healthier. It's going to increase my energy. It'll boost my self-esteem. I'll feel more confident in my own skin. That's why it's important to me. And what's the massive action plan that I'm going to take within the next 90 days to make that happen? Well, I'm going to crush it at the gym 3 times a week, right? And then I'm going to order healthy options when eating out. Maybe I'll go to Ottman Cafe, get lots of gata-gatas without the peanut sauce. And that is my results purpose method there. So the life category is health, lose 2 kilos, why, and how am I going to make it happen? Another example is relationship. So my partner is living in America right now. So I feel like I'm currently at a 4 in my relationship. So how am I going to help myself get it to at least a 9? Well, scheduling weekly Skype dates. That's a result that I want. Actually, it's to improve relationships, sorry. So what's the purpose there? So spend more quality time with my partner, feel more certain, feel more satisfied, connected, loved. And how am I going to do that? Well, being fully present. Because what I tend to do is I'm checking my phone, I'm maybe watching TV, I'm doing other things, and I'm not fully engaged. And then scheduling a trip so we know when we're going to see each other next. That's just an example there. So I'll let you guys then, if you take about 10 minutes or so, 5 to 7 minutes actually, because we don't have much time. And just write down your results purpose method using some of the things. Your guide can be what were the bottlenecks stopping you from feeling at a 10 and then creating better clarity on that through the RPM. Awesome, great. How are you doing? Good. Can I see? Yeah, of course. Which ones did you choose? Relationships and finances. Okay. So, in regards to attitude. Okay. Yeah, so this one is just to be like, really specific. Like, what's the result of the action that you're going to take? Both of them should be pretty specific. So, like, joy, optimism, relax. That's how you want to be feeling, right? Okay. So, be more productive by the results. Okay. Say no to new things. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah, I know that's the next step we're going to do is really just to prioritize, but make sure that these are things that you can also measure, so that you feel accomplished too. Like you're getting closer to that joy and optimism and relaxation. So if you have like saying no to new things, yeah. Sounds good. Go off. Give everyone about 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna, if you're comfortable, usually what I do is we discuss in partners for just about 10 minutes or so. It could just be one thing that is really important for you that you feel comfortable sharing. If not, completely fine. Yeah, it's important to do it every 90 days. Things change. How are you doing here? Good. Okay. Do you mind if I have a look? Oh yeah, go for it. No. I love that. That you connect with yourself. Is this your relationship with you?
No, just kind of putting myself out there for relationships with others, and I think that the reason I haven't been doing that is to kind of protect myself, and the outcome would be being able to explore a part of myself that I haven't explored in a while.
Okay, how can I do that?
I'm having a hard time with that part of it.
The application. Well, what do you think that you could commit to in order to put yourself out there more? Like, do you have any ideas? Something you've been wanting to do, but maybe you felt stuck or...
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just kind of feel stuck in that part of it too. I'm traveling a bunch for the next few months, so it's hard to say like, oh, I'll go like to this place or I'll go like on a date or something like that. So I'm trying to come up with other ways to
I see.
do that.
Well, this is a date with someone in the next 3 months, okay? I have a few ideas if you, yeah, I mean, if there's like a local coffee shop that you really like, and like maybe talking to someone at the, like, I know it's like, it sounds like a bit of getting out of your comfort zone too.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that was kind of.
Or like dating apps is an option if that's something you would want to do, but being able just to connect with people.
Yeah. I think it's just kind of like.
Maybe if it's just one thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be 3. Yeah.
I'm actually already doing all this stuff.
Okay.
I just wanted to see. What your method is.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's actually a bit
Okay.
of double.
Continuation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you
So-
came.
I thought it was more like a theory, not a workshop.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No.
So.
I'm all about application.
So okay then.
Yeah.
Probably have somebody else.
Sure. Of course. Thank you. Yeah, come. Simeon, do you wanna come around here? There's space. Okay. I'll give you guys about another minute or so, and then we'll take about 10 minutes to discuss with partners, maybe 5. Figuring out timing here. It's not my strong suit, actually. Okay, so let's get into partners and share and if you're comfortable with doing that, just go ahead and share one of the life categories that you have put down where you'd like to improve and your results purpose method around it. Share with your partner. Please just listen, be present for your partner, and if they could be a bit more specific, just guide them there as well. I'll give everyone about 7 or so minutes to talk it out with their partners. You want to be my partner? Or does everyone have a partner, by the way? Lindsay? I can be your partner. I'll be your partner.
You're my partner?
Yeah, I do. We can talk about mine too.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm starting or what?
You start.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I picked career.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see. So should I just read this one or?
Sure. So what's the result that you want?
I put get to know 10 potential business partners.
Okay. And why is that important for you?
Because for the next business that I'm doing, I can't do it only by myself. With the first business, I did it by myself. So it's important to have the best people possible for it. So to have options, basically.
Okay, so to have variety.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be able to pick the best people possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's important about that?
About picking the best people for business success. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
What's that going to do for you?
Earn more money.
Okay.
Hopefully.
And
Yeah.
what's that going to give you then? More money?
I see what you're doing. Okay, yeah, so I think, yeah, that's a good question. But it's not really about that, but that's just but still, it's a nice goal. But
So
what's gonna give, yeah, like being able to work on the thing that I care about every day, basically.
right.
Yeah.
What's your motivation there? What's gonna push you when times are hard?
Yeah, that's pretty deep, but my motivation, like normally, like I'm a software developer and I have a software as a service business, so normally when I'm just building the product, that's like already fun because that's already motivating because I know there's people using it and it's good for them, so it's good for me and win-win, so nothing too deep there, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still not clear though. So the juice, like the motivation for you, is it to make more money?
So with the what I'm talking about here, basically I believe I'm a hater of central banking and fiat currency. So the higher level thing I want to achieve is getting everyone in the world to use cryptocurrency, of course, as you might have heard. So that's the philosophical or ideological motivation.
Okay, the drive then is to make, it sounds like a bigger contribution.
Like basically, I believe everyone in the world should have economic freedom 100%, and we have reasonable economic freedom, but not 100% because we're using, we only have a small number of options in the money that we use. So that's basically it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm a capitalist and all of that.
That's
I know not many people
important,
here.
yeah.
But yeah.
Great. So what are you gonna do? What's your plan for the next 90 days?
Yeah, so go to a lot of meetups and also join some online communities and just build a bit of a network like that. Yeah.
How many meetups?
Just most of the meetups that are every week here, and yeah, and maybe somewhere else in Ubud.
Okay. So to make it measurable, I'm really drilling on you. How many meetups can you go to per week? How much can you commit to doing so that you're meeting this goal? So that you're meeting this bigger contribution that you want to make in the world?
How many? Like, I would just like to say like as many as possible. So I wouldn't make it a number, but maybe 3 or 4 or 7 every week.
Okay.
Something like
Between
that.
4 to 7.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
great.
Awesome.
That's it?
Yeah. Yeah. We just want to focus on one for
Yeah.
today.
All right.
Great.
How about
Cool.
you?
So for me, career is also really important, and my goal here is to. I mean, I'm very happy with where I am in my business right now, but I would like to double it because for me, I love working with clients one-on-one. I usually do one-on-one coaching.
Right.
And so I want to make a bigger impact. I want to reach more people.
Okay.
I think for me, I love connection and I love helping people really find structure and prioritize what's important. So that's where I get my juice. And then how am I going to do that? Well, first I'm going to hire a VA.
Okay.
So that I can free up my time with just business development.
Okay.
And then another thing is, working on digital marketing because I also want to be more remote. I don't want to really have to stay in one place.
And then doing the coaching on Skype or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess you do this all the time, so you probably thought about that one a lot.
No, I had written it out before we came, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
for the workshop.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So your business is coaching people doing this,
Yeah.
and then you do like these meetups to get more clients, basically.
Yeah,
Potentially.
it's just an avenue to get more clients, but
Right.
I also, it's like good marketing, and then it's also really
Yeah.
rewarding to have people leave like
Right.
with a better idea of what they want to be doing.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
For me, I mean, it's not all about the business either. It's like really rewarding to see this. For
Okay.
me.
All
It's
right.
kind of yeah.
Yeah, cool. I mean, probably maybe a good way is if you become like a kind of an online personality a little bit at least, then that's a good way to get clients as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Like for example, I don't know if you know Jordan Peterson or agree with him or not, but he's like a what do you call it? Clinical psychologist. And now he's also like famous on YouTube, and now because of that, he gets like infinite number of bookings for his clinical psychology thing. So
Nice. Yeah,
just
that's interesting. It's a good idea.
But of course, it's hard to just decide. Oh yeah, I'll just be famous now. So. So
Yeah, click. That's why this is important.
Right.
Yeah, what am I going to do to get famous?
Right,
Although I don't want to
exactly.
be famous.
Me too,
Exactly.
so.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks
All
for
right.
sharing.
So is it your first time here?
Yeah, it's my first time, and I wonder why I didn't get a return ticket.
Okay, guys, let's go ahead and wrap up. And if anyone wants to share one of what they talked about. Sorry, we're going to wrap up. No worries. So does anyone want to share some of their RPM? So again, I was just talking, Jordan, right? Who's Jordan? Sorry. What was your name? Tom, sorry. I was just going to say, so we had just discussed, because what happens is we sometimes lose motivation behind our goals. So knowing the emotional juice, the drive behind what you're doing, that's what's really important. So anyone want to share one thing that they came up with? Anyone? Okay.
I can share if you'd like.
Okay, Lindsay.
In-house. Okay, so for health, one of the things I put was decrease anxiety and stress.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to read all of it?
Sure.
Okay.
Why is that important for you?
So I just put reduce stress and become more centered instead of always trying to be in 100 places at once. And we live in Dubai, and in Dubai it's very difficult to do that. And I feel like that is important to me because I'll be able to enjoy life and new experiences more, especially if I stay focused on one experience at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So my actions are just to meditate and practice yoga daily, to turn off all of my electronics at least 1 hour before bed, and try to get at least 8 hours of sleep. Currently, I'm about 4. So, eight would be great.
4 hours? Yeah. Wow. You're surviving, it looks like, on 4.
Surviving, yes.
Barely.
But that also affects my physical health too, because then I get sick quite frequently. If somebody in the room has a cold, guarantee I will catch it. So then it all filters down.
Okay. So again, why is it important for you?
It's going to help me to live a healthier, more centered, more enjoyable life.
And what would that do for you?
Make my journey on Earth better.
Okay. Okay, good. Awesome. Okay, so just a few notes here, the 5 power principles of success, how to make sure that you're keeping up with that map that you've created. So first is to forget the things that don't matter, meaning learn how to say no. So Lindsay is an example. She takes up a lot of things, and rather than saying no to those things that might not be on her results purpose method, she's saying yes to everything that's causing her not to sleep. So if it's not a hell yes, then it's a hell no. So wipe it out. The next thing, O, is one thing. So doing one thing at a time. So stop multitasking. So studies show that people who multitask are actually 40% less effective than those that do. And then also, if you're multitasking, it also causes short-term memory loss. So stop multitasking, put your phone on airplane mode when you're working, and just focus on one thing at a time. Another thing is to get clarity. So a little bit of what we looked at here, to dig deep and do that self-study, to reflect, to prioritize what's really important for you, so that you don't have a million things on your to-do list. You're focusing on just the top 3 and getting those done. And then to unsubscribe. So Deloitte recently did a study stating that Americans spend about 10 hours a day looking at a screen. So whether that's a TV screen, a computer screen, a phone screen, we tend to check our phones about 80 times per day. So do a digital detox. I've downloaded an app called Forest, and so I'll turn it on every time I am doing something that I need to be really focused. And if I use my phone in that time, a digital tree dies. And it's really sad. So when I first turn it on, I plant a tree, and if I touch it, a tree completely, it's just like, your tree is going to die. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't be without my phone for 25 minutes. Like, just reminders like this of how connected we are with our phones. And then last is to serve. So know your higher purpose. Know your purpose is in your own emotional juice and the contribution that you're making that's outside of just yourself. So the last activity that we're going to do today is something I call the non-negotiable list. So it's that last sheet of paper, or the third sheet of paper, I mean. Oh yeah, of course. This one? Yeah, you're welcome. And all of these are being taped as well, so.
Did you say the study was from Deloitte?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's quite sad, isn't it? Oh, for multitasking, yeah.
What's it, the app we're talking about?
It's called Forest, Forest. There might be 2 R's. It's just a good reminder to put away your phone. So one of my goals is to be able to plant 5 trees per day. That was my 2018 goal, 5 digital trees, so that I'm like focused in that time and nothing is distracting me. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so next is the non-negotiable list. So This is a list of 5 must-dos in order to make sure that you feel accomplished, fulfilled, and successful in your days. So you can look at the results purpose method in some of the areas that you wanted to improve, and write out just 5 things that are non-negotiable to you. So some examples on my list is to challenge myself daily. I used to be an introvert, and so I got scared just like making eye contact with someone. So one of my challenges was I'm going to make eye contact and smile at 5 people per day, and then I can go home, then I can go to sleep. Like, I made sure that that was something that I continued doing, so I just felt more comfortable after that. Another thing is I write a gratitude email to my dad every day. I've been doing this for about 2 years. So he keeps me accountable. I write 3 things that I'm grateful for in my day. It could be small or big, but it's on my non-negotiable list. So if I don't do it, I'm not feeling fulfilled. Another thing is 10 minutes of meditation every morning. So I use a guided meditation called Calm, and it's amazing. It has these wonderful sound effects. But the meditation is supposed to just clear away any thoughts so I feel more still and I can take that stillness in my day. That helps me feel fulfilled. Another is to call my mom at least 3 times a week. She's far away, and so I miss my family, and that's a non-negotiable for me, absolutely. And then a daily workout. So whether that's taking a long walk, whether it's doing some yoga, something where I'm getting my body moving, because if I'm physically strong, I feel mentally strong as well. So I'll give you guys write out your non-negotiable list, and what we'll do is you'll sign off as a contract to yourself of the 5 commitments that you're making that are non-negotiable in your life.
It must be something daily.
Doesn't have to be, yeah. It could be per month, per week, whatever it is for you, every day, whatever is important for you. Yeah. right, so once everyone is done, go ahead and sign off on this contract that you've now created for yourself as a commitment to helping you feel more successful, more fulfilled in your days, more accomplished. Okay. Wonderful. So does anyone want to share one or two things that they've listed out in their non-negotiable list? Yes.
I prefer to give myself, trying to use like a daily planner and to give myself realistic goals so I feel satisfied when I'm finished.
Mm-hmm.
And not be constantly in the mindset of like always, because there's like limitless work, to always want to do more or give myself unrealistic things. So to kind of sit with what I've done and feel that I can, like sit back and relax and not feel like, there's lots to do.
Right.
There's always things you can do, but just to, feel fulfilled and satisfied with the priorities that I make for that day and know when to switch off and feel refreshed.
Yeah, that's extremely important. Yeah, so it sounds like prioritizing what's really important on your to-do list and then feeling accomplished from just doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else? Tough crowd. Okay, well, once you've signed off, that is your non-negotiable list to keep. Just a few helpful tips then is to put some of these things in your calendar. So if it's something like going to the gym, knowing what time you're going and then having a reminder on your phone so it pops up for you. It's a notification like, hey, going to the gym right now, put on your tennis shoes. Connect with a coach or a friend to help you keep motivated, to help you keep accountable. The University of California actually recently did a study saying that people who have an accountability buddy are 33% more effective in their goals. They actually make it happen. Another thing is to reward yourself after you've completed the task so that you have that positive reinforcement, whether that's getting a massage at the end of the week or I want to say like an ice cream, a coconut ice cream would be amazing. And then make sure that you're feeling great so you're keeping up with the ritual. And then throughout your days, just pause, reflect, make sure that you're staying on task, make sure that you've completed the things on your non-negotiable list. And this is a commitment that you're making to yourself to feel more fulfilled. So, any questions for me? I do lots of workshops. Now, this is actually my first workshop in Bali, but I've done over, I would say, 60 now, using some of these methods as well as others. But my main focus in my business is working with entrepreneurs, business owners to help them create better structure and prioritize what's really meaningful to help them keep accountable for what they want to do. So my contact details here. Feel free to, I think most of you have probably signed on to the Facebook, or part of the Facebook event. I also offer just a completely free complimentary session so that we can figure out what exactly is holding you back from getting to where you want to be and then creating structure around that. So, awesome. You're welcome. Thank you guys. And lastly, before we leave, if you could just fill in the feedback forms. Yeah. Again, I do lots of workshops, so having that feedback from you all is going to be really useful. And guys, we're like right on time-ish.